Hey guys, so we're a few weeks away from convention in Tampa again, and been playing a lot of Mario Kart World, been building a few small mocks, and I kind of wanted to do a kind of a quick addition to the theme park. Maybe I'll get it done, maybe this video will never be seen, who knows, but my thought is that I wanted to make a pretty simple go-kart track based on everyone's favorite track, Moo Moo Meadows, because the cows are super popular and super fun in this one. I've been exploring Moo Moo Meadows, looking at the different things. I feel like it's a pretty achievable build. Do some barns, do some moving windmills, a nice little dirt track through the grass, and build some of the new karts that are in Mario Kart World. It all started once I wanted to build one of the Yoshi's food trucks here. So I built the Moo Moo Meadows version of it. Everyone's getting their own Moo Moo delights there. So I thought, what if we actually put this in Moo Moo Meadows? Like I said, I did a bunch of exploring, driving around the game, and I think I'm going to use the remainder of my Go Brick. I bought a whole bunch of this. I used some of it to motorize my horse ride inside the Zelda area, but I think I'm going to use the remainder of it to make a pretty simple go-kart track that's themed around Moo Moo Meadows for the park. So I'm going to start off by exploring the Go Break, pulling the rest of the stuff out of this box, and seeing what goes on. And with any luck, we'll make our own Moo Moo Meadows. Alright, dug into the Go Bricks here, guys. I had fewer bases than I thought I did. It looks like I have enough bases to build either a circle. You can see right here is where the chain goes. So I have 4 curves and 2 straights. If I build a section that is basically a giant oval with 4 curves and 2 straights, it makes it exactly 96 studs deep, which is what my theme park runs on. So right now our thought is we just build a giant oval that will be the Moo Moo Meadows ride track, and it would slot in between Baby Park and the Zelda X section. It's a little bit smaller than the sections, which is good because as you can see, we do not have a lot of build room right now. So what we are going to do is start by laying this out, and then start building the elements to it. That start finish lines, some barns, and of course the iconic windmills and the cows. Jack's going to help. It's going to be kind of a flat area with a lot of smaller builds. So let's get the time lapse going and see what we can do. Alright, we have the very basics here. I am testing the differences in the strengths of magnets. The black one denotes where the black magnet chains start, and the white one is where the white ones start. The white are classified as medium strength. The black are classified as super strength. Right now, this little test cart is on a black one, but it seems to work all right here. Give it a little crank, let her go. Obviously, I'll motorize that later. The challenge is that once we start putting extra plate or tile on here to change it from light gray to a different color, you're adding more plastic in between there, and I think we're going to have to go with the stronger magnets. It's a real simple oval, but I think we can fill it out with a lot of fun Moo Moo farm details. Was just filling with these magnets, definitely going to have to design carts with them in mind. This black piece that you see right here, that's where the magnet is, right there on the front. The magnet pieces work best on the front because then it keeps the car going forward. If you actually put it on the back, it tends to want to spin around and drive in reverse, which would be a very interesting Mario Kart race. So just the beginnings here, but lots to go. Alright guys, doing another quick check-in video here. I've got the track all laid out. As you can see, I've got the whole infield filled, and I'm kind of starting to get an idea of where everything is going to lay out. My previously built Yoshi's food truck is going to be back here in the back. Gonna have a lot of scenery like this, like milk bottles everywhere. This is just spare parts from what I'm building right now. This straightaway right here will have the barn that you drive through with the big roof that says Moo Moo Meadows on the top of it. As you come around here, this is the start finish line. I've got it roughly built here. Now, one of the things that I have to do is, because of the layout of my theme park, this tan right here is where people will enter this area. They've got to get over the track here, and then they've got to get over the track on the other side to continue on over into the next section, which is Zelda. So I decided to duplicate the archway for the start finish line as the crossover path. So there'll be stairs that come up here and stairs that go down here for people to cross over the track. There'll be a lot of stickers added for the signs. As you can see, I'm kind of going after this kind of a feel from Mario Kart World. They've got all these like Mario themed road signs all around it. So I'm going to make some custom stickers and I'm going to have them there. Right now, the next thing I'm going to try to do is to build the barn section. Because I don't want, there's going to be so much in the air here, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is create like a little catwalk or bridge area on the outside of the barn where the cars come through. So people will walk out and they'd actually go over right along the wall, outer wall of the barn there. That way we're not duplicating cross paths without purposes. The barn serves as the cross path on this side, start finish line serves as the cross path on that side. And last but not least, over in this corner right here, there'll be a windmill that is spinning. So you'd be looking at it from this angle here, windmill in the back corner over there, and then barn over here, which is what is next. Hey guys, it's been a while since an update on my Moo Moo Meadows here. I've done quite a bit. As you can see, the layout is really starting to come together. I was able to complete my crossover paths. This obviously crosses over the track right at the start finish line. Need some stickers for the signage, but it's looking pretty good. Over here, if you're coming from the Yoshi Baby Park area, you will actually use the front of the barn to cross over. I made the cow. If you've ever played Super Mario or Mario Kart World, you know there's this giant like cow on top of the barn with some flags. He looks kind of funny, but in the game he's actually all tan, like a statue. So I think it turned out pretty well riding his bike up there. These will have stickers that say Moo Moo Meadows on them. The barn came out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. It gets some signage stickers as well. The cars travel right through there. This is the middle area of Moo Moo Park where people will come. Here's a small queue area. So right over here is where our ride operator will be and where people will get on the carts. Right here is my Yoshi's food truck that I made in a separate video, and got a nice toad in there working. You can get your Moo Moo Delights there. I want to turn these crates into tables to kind of go with the theme of the area. As you can see over here, I've got some milk bottles and things in crates, like they're packing up stuff. Gonna have a lot of details like that eventually. Right now, I have got to finish up all my plate work here. I actually had to get some more green wedge plates to help with the curvature on the outside there. I've got to go ahead and get rid of the crank and motorize this similar to how I did my horse ride in the Zelda area. And I'm also on the side working on this. Moo Moo Meadows obviously iconically has these big windmills. These are the ones from Mario Kart World. They've got these really bright bold colors, which I like a lot. I am trying to replicate that. As you may or may not know, when you're working with kind of octagon or round shapes, it can get kind of tricky. I'm using these A-frame plates, which are these things right here that make an A. I need to get some more, so I'm gonna have to go to Brickheads and hopefully find 4 more of those in brown. This is the actual windmill, which I'm really happy with how that turned out. That's the brick built. That's the one in the game. Pretty good. And I've actually got it connected to a technical axle here, so if I spin this, which is hard to do while I'm holding the camera, the windmill spins. So, super excited to get that finished up. But right now, I'm going to work on getting the plating done, figure out if I have enough fencing that I want to use over there. I've got a few more fence pieces that I haven't gone to. So finish up the plating, and we gotta also build some cows and cars. So that's coming up later. Moo. Alright guys, got another update here. I have finished all of the tile work here. On the back, we got lots of green all the way around that we'll need to fill with cows. Kind of temporarily place that right there. That's where the windmill will be. This will be the front here of what we're looking at. So you're looking at the front of Moo Moo Meadows right there. Windmill in the back corner. Yoshi's truck in the middle. The barn on the left. Cows throughout the whole thing, of which I only have one right now. I have to find some parts for the cow mouths I need to get. So just got this motorized setup. Real simple 2-cog solution here using a Technic square brick, a couple of rods, cog. I tried running this with the medium motor and it was just too much to push it. It was really struggling. I switched out to the large motor. My batteries are running a little low right now too. I'm using a City Hub right now. But this is my new big old controller that I'm going to use to control the park. And so I can go ahead and get this going. And, oh, wrong way. And there we go. And away it goes. Only got one car on the track right now and a bunch of magnets just trailing along without cars to see how it goes. But got this guy running off of this Bluetooth remote control. I actually have used Pybricks and Python coding to get this to run exactly how I want it to run. Into the barn, out of the barn, across the start finish line over there, back around. Pretty simple oval, but super excited. It'll look great once we get all of the cars on there. Really happy that this seems to be working. When I was first running the horses, I had problems with it jumping out, but it seems to be running really smoothly right now, which is great. And of course I can stop it by hitting the red button. Awesome. A lot of good work happening right now. A lot to finish up. I'm excited about how this is coming together. Check in soon. Quick update video here. I've done a little bit more, I think, since my last check-in. I have built the stands, which kind of go over here and hide the motor that's back there. It doesn't hide it as well as I want, but I like the way that the stands came out. Those gray tiles will have advertisements on them for the Mario stuff, similar to the stands in Mario Kart World. Over here is the current status of the windmill. I've been fiddling, trying to get this to work correctly. I still don't have a solid plan, still trying to work it out. I had to shrink the size of the actual blades. I realized that I had made them so big that it was just way too big scale-wise in the entire land as it goes. We have been making an army of cows over here. We had a cow design that we found, I think from another builder on YouTube, is what Jack, my son, used. I'll put the link up in the description up in the corner right now if you want to go to his. That's basically the basis of what we used to make these. I am out of some parts that I'm going to have to go to Brickheads and see if I can get to finish it out. The most critical part is this mouthpiece here, these tan. I have two different versions. I have one that is 2x4 that is curved on top. I have some that are split in half horizontally, so it's a slightly different build, but these are fairly rare. There was several of them in, I think, Hogwarts Astronomy Tower, but hard to come by. So I only have the pieces to make 7 mouths, so I only have 7 cows. It's a few less than I would have liked, but I think that they'll fill out the land okay. Today is cows and cars. I need to finish up the cows and I need to figure out car plans. We want to make some of the very iconic karts from Super Mario from Mario Kart World. This is the standard car. I took a bunch of baby Luigi photos here. Obviously the colors change depending on the racer. This here is Little Dumpy, which is a really fun one. We want to try to do a couple of the other ones. Baby Blooper is one you'll see a lot. Because it's the farm, I want to try to do the tractor one. So Gonna try to figure this out. The problem is in minifigure scale, there's such detailing here that it's really hard part-wise to figure out what's going on. So that's my plan now. I'm gonna see what I can do to make some standard carts and then what parts I might need to finish those out before I make my trip down to Brickhead's to get parts today. Check in later. All right, let's take a look at the carts we came up with. We're starting with the standard cart. This one was fairly simple. With all of these carts, we had to make some compromises. Because we're building at minifigure scale, it's hard to get a lot of the details in, but the standard carts turned out pretty well. We figured we needed to make at least a good old Mario. When you see the Mario logo, you know you're seeing some Mario Kart. Now, this is the Bowser Jr. kart, same form as the Mario Kart, but as we keep adding new attractions into our theme park, we're always trying to make carts for characters who aren't represented yet. And Bowser Jr. was nowhere in the theme park yet, so we made his kart to exist on Moo Moo Meadows. Now here's the Bumblebee. This was a kind of fun one that we could do with a lot of yellow bricks. Once again, we missed some of the details, but we get the general idea of what it's like. All of these are a little blockier than I would like. Mario Karts can be very round and very curvy. It's hard to do that with bricks, especially at minifigure scale, but I'm pretty happy with how that one turned out. Now this is the Baby Blooper, one of the most common carts that you will see in the game because of its stats as a racer. It's a little bit blocky in the front, but all in all, we kind of got the general shape of what it was like. This one actually has trouble getting around the track, so we weren't running it that much. Here's Cloud 9. We used the cloud pieces here. It's a lot blockier, obviously, than the actual very cloud car, but we thought it would be very easy to recognize when it was going around as a cloud car, and it was something fun and distinctly Mario to build. Here's Little Dumpy. I've actually raced as Little Dumpy every once in a while. It was such a cute, fun, bright colored car. I really wanted to try to make it. I had this dump truck type piece for the actual back end that I had to start with and kind of build everything around. Mine's a little bit longer and not quite as bubbly cute as the actual cart, but I'm still pretty happy with it. And of course, Bighorn. Now we couldn't do a farm without having the tractor. I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out, given the minifigure scale and the compromises we had to make. I think it's a really fun result. But of course, here are the real stars of the show. Moo Moo Meadows is not Moo Moo Meadows without the cows. We had to build a small army of these. I will put a link up in the corner and in the description, as I said before, so I can send you to the YouTuber who made a bunch of Mario Kart World carts, and he made a cow design. We didn't build from his instructions, but it's basically his design, and I was able to grab his sticker, which was really useful for the mouths and the little nose rings. These guys are so cute, and they really make the land come alive. Now, let's take a look at everything put together at the convention. Here it is, guys, all set up at the convention in Tampa. Moo Moo Meadows, complete. I love that you have this big cow statue. Kind of like a big recognizable thing that catches your attention in the land on top of the barn with the Moo Moo Meadows sign, which is awesome. Now you would enter from over by the Yoshi Baby Park area, and people would walk up the steps and across the front of the barn to get to this like center infield where most of the foot traffic is. Here's the queue area that leads into the barn where people would get into their carts. And then to exit, you would take these steps up and over the start-finish line and into the Zelda area. I'm really happy with how the start-finish line came out. It's a great scaled-down version of what it looks like in Mario Kart World game. After you pass the start-finish line, you pass the windmill, very iconic in the Mario Kart Moo Moo Meadows courses. You can also see that they've got a Monty Mole down there. They pop up, of course, on the course as you're racing, but this is my little homage to that. As you come around the back corner, you're going to pass the spectator stands, which are also in-game. We got a bunch of Toads and Yoshis and one Shy Guy watching there. And then you come back through the barn and make your loop again. Really happy with how all of this turns out. I think it looks great. We have a few Mario Kart World free roam nods, like this P block here at the front right by the cows. There are, of course, P block challenges hidden throughout the game if you've picked up Mario Kart World. And we even got a Nabbit in there with his little dust clouds as he's trying to run away from you. Really fun. There's just a lot of great little details here. The cows throughout the land kind of just make it feel so distinctly Moo Moo Meadows. There's the Yoshi truck, which I did a separate video on, where everyone can get a Moo Moo Delight. There's a little bit of a line there. And then we've got these crates here where people can stop by and enjoy their Moo Moo Delight in the infield. The land is really full of visitors who are there getting their food and riding the ride. Here is your Mario Kart TV blimp view, up high, looking down at the entire course, squeezed in between the Yoshi Baby Park area and the Zelda area of the theme park. All in all, this turned out really well. I was really happy with it. I think it's a great addition to our Nintendo Adventure Park as it continues to grow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other ideas of things that you'd like to see added to the park or smaller mocks from Mario Kart World you'd love to see, put them in the comments below. I look forward to making some more things and expanding the park. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.